Good evening, all. I hope you all had yourselves a great day, and it's a pleasure to see you all, and most welcome. So, being a Saturday, some of us would wish to be here, maybe for whatever reason they are not able to attend. So, I
Gypsy story, and I'm
will
fake
start
Aramis.
immediately so that we don't waste time. Those who probably are late can always follow through the recording of the session, so we can always watch later. So you're all welcome. Don't know if there's any one of you who doesn't know me. Uh, I don't know whether I need to introduce myself. For those who probably haven't interacted with me, my name is Daniel. On social media, I go by my family name and my business name. That is Wakamiro. So our business is Wakamiro Consulting. We are in the finance space. So our business is tired. So on tier one, we do personal finance classes. So initially, we had done what we call all. The dream of the business was we could make personal finance literacy accessible to individuals, even those who are not able to pay. And that is why probably you have seen that the quality of what we teach on Facebook and the many webinars that we participate on. So that is on tier one, where we believe that at the point of entry, we could make it easy for everyone. So tier two is for individuals who want to go deeper into it. So we do personal finance classes, which we host monthly. These are for individuals who want to understand investments, different types of investments at a deeper level. So this is the person who wants to know, like conducting due diligence on a money market fund. What does a safe money market fund entail? Or we have now special funds. So somebody wants to understand the risk level. Can I be able to measure the risk level? Or an individual looking to invest and is looking to build a diversified portfolio, like the best practices around that. So there is, more to it. So that will be catered in tier two. Tier three is for individuals who probably, of course, tier three, four, we are offering more services because as the business grows, you get to come up with more services. So we do consultancy for high net worth clients. So uh, maybe that is neither here nor there. Yeah, and of course, right now, whatever we are doing currently is we are coming up with the frameworks. So it is a series of tasks we'll be doing. So for you, the participant, you are going through a program. But for us, we are developing frameworks that can be used to help individuals probably get better. So the survey you participated in, the responses you give us throughout as you are doing ABCD, there's something that I shared in the WhatsApp group, probably show it. And it was justifying something that we know that an individual can only be able to save better if they have been able to if they have been able, I wouldn't want to record on the cloud, so we will, because I'm also recording on the YouTube, so you can follow there. So there's something that we have taught on theory, and you all maybe have heard us talk about Professor Dala, saying that create frameworks that structured tools you'll be able to invest. When you participated in the survey, you backed up that data where we saw that some of you who are in structured savings tools such as money market funds or SACCOs, for SACCOs, it is being deducted at source. So we say that is automated. But we compared the data of individuals who are on the same income blanket, belong to a money market fund, and those who don't belong to a money market fund. Now, interestingly, we had been talking of something, the cost of indiscipline, the cost of not saving. So it was backed up that the savings level for the individual who doesn't have a structured saving tool and the one who has a structured saving tool, this one is doing better 2.8 times better. So if you have saved, let's say you don't have a money market fund or you don't belong to a circle, and you have saved 5,000, your other person who is the other some person who you are on the same income level is at 14,000 plus. So on average, 2 times more or better. So when I say we are developing tools, it is a series. This is the basic one. The whatever we want, the framework we want to develop to help individuals do better with the data. We'll go for another tool that will be targeting. It is actually a framework that will just develop, and then we can engage parties within the capital markets. So yeah, of course, we are seeing we are interacting with most of these individuals. So that we don't want to, like, we have seen the challenges with the investment world. So I could consider myself as an independent. So I have seen the challenges that have been there in the capital markets. So we could be telling the institutions in the capital markets. So we have been into forums with the head education at capital markets. If you are looking to re-engage investors in the capital markets, this is a better framework to overcome some challenges there in the past. Yeah, so there is another one. Maybe with time, when they fall, all of them fall into place, you will realize. So you all are doing something important. So as I said, for the type of business, tier 3, 4, 5, going on like that, these I don't know what I could even actually say we are trying to achieve. Okay, you are part of something that could help uh, more people, because the framework, when we do it, it is non-profit. So we don't want to make money from it. We will, of course, accredit trainers from institutions. So we want to get the person from the HR office, from a company, like, say, like a factory in the EPZ or the flower companies, or wherever, anywhere, train them so that they can be able to train their staff, or train the education department at a circle so that they can be able to train their staff. So yeah, it was just activities that you were participating in and all these kind of things. These models that we are developing at the back there, so to achieve that. Anyway, so you understand our business. So at what point are we? We are just at 1 and 2. So that is enough for you as of now. The other one may be for the other parties that will be there with. So entry level, no cost. It shouldn't be no cost. Then, of course, somebody looking deeper to learn, a personal finance class. So that is basically what I do. A future, I have told you about a future. We want, if in our own little ways we can be able to transform the finance space, that would be great. And then all of you can probably, you will back up the cause of sainthood. I was joking that me and the saints want to compete, do something good. If there is a God, they can always will to give us their heaven. That is all we aspire to get. So you know Daniel already, and you know his work. What more is there to know about Daniel? Oh, so I went to school. I was in the School of Business. Yeah, I love business. In high school, I had already determined whatever I want to do and what I want to be. Yeah, so did my undergraduate, went back, did my master's in entrepreneurship. I love business. So yeah, then did my CPA on the side to understand the numbers, nothing much. I worked in the accounts department, so on finance department. After college, I worked 2 years, and after getting some little experience and exposure in the employment, I left employment to go to private practice. So when you start something big or you have aspirations, maybe this thing could take 10 years, 20 years before you're going to understand how long your project will take you. So if you are pursuing those, you're going to have to find a way so that you are not impatient. So you're going to have to find a way of making money so that you can sustain day to day as you pursue the other project. So as we are doing this, I work. So when I left the office, I went and did tax consultancy, though I was giving out Dege's number, a gentleman known as Dege in the Luguru, contacts. You contact them to help you with your tax returns, be they individual. Luguru will help you with business, because that is not maybe my area of expertise when it comes to taxes. The interesting thing you'll find with me is I don't take businesses around areas that I'm not practicing on as of that particular period. So if you came, your business is probably you wanted some VAT returns or something, in as much as I know how to do it, I've done it, I won't do it. I will recommend somebody who is doing it. There's something we call focus. So I'm telling you all this. I want you to start placing yourself. When you are pursuing something, you gotta have to focus on it, and especially if you believe in it and all these kind of things. So yeah, I work as a tax consultant within a small area of tax. So when companies import or export, there is issues to do with duty. So the nature of tax in Kenya is self-assessment. So 5 years later, 4 years later, you could get a request to do a post. So we already did clearance. So we'll do a post clearance audit. So that is my area of trade. That is what now we make money from there. As the rest of the things, we grow them slowly. We ain't in a hurry to get anywhere. So you can get such a project and work for it. I don't know how long it will take us before we end up with a model. I know one program might not be enough. And even after the program, we'll need to follow up. So as you're doing all those things, you're going to have to find something. Paul made tents as he preached. So that is what I do. So yeah, left work and then started that. So that should it be all about me, nothing much. That should be it, all about me. Let me mute somebody who I can hear behind me. Yeah, about the program. So you have already told you about the program. As I was saying, what our business does, I told you we are now going ahead to help the finance industry do better. They have not been doing a very good job. They have not been doing a very good job if you look at the access of investments in the country. So right now we have 2 million money market funds out of an adult population of 30 million people. Bond accounts, there are 100,000 out of a population of 30 million people, adult population. Share accounts that are active, trading, like buying units throughout the year, every now and then. At one time in 2024, 2023, thereabouts, we had only 68,000 accounts. The rest of the accounts are dormant. We have company paying dividends, people don't follow up, and all those kind of things. So all these points you to a low penetration rate in the capital markets. Insurance penetration, the lowest we have ever seen. So majority of the insurance cover sold is the motor vehicle because it is mandatory. Everything else has not probably gained access. So we have data on why. So throughout our work, we have been conducting researches as to why we have these low capital markets penetration rate. And it doesn't have anything to do with income. A joke. Yeah. So somebody could be saying, oh, we didn't access because we don't have an income. And not really, that was not the issue. I've come across people making a lot of money and they are doing nothing with their money. I was hosting a group this week, a group of women within a certain area. And folks have been working for so many years and their money is in bank accounts. And it is not small monies. You hear somebody with savings of 7 million, another person with savings of 10 million. But beyond the savings account, they don't understand anything else. So that is why I told you that this low access and penetration rate doesn't have anything to do with income. There are other things, barriers that cause that. And within this program, we'll be addressing them. You are part of the program. You're helping us develop these. You're helping us develop these, and we'll be sharing with you as we go by what is working, what is not working, where are we with the framework. Once we are done, we have developed these. Could take us an year or two before we get a perfect framework. That's okay. We are not in a rush to go in where. But once the framework is up, then you, the participants who have participated in the program, we will be very eager to use you as champions, saying, well, these are the people who we think can share, can say, this can work, this can't work. So what is it pegged on, like the whole program, what is it pegged on? Once I started my work, I got to work with individuals who were looking high level, high ticket investments. My first consulting client was a lot of money. So the kind of whatever I had brought in, the kind of clients that I started working with were high ticket, looking for tickets with investments high. So when you find somebody asking about ETFs, then they are looking for investments 1 million and above and all those kind of things. But I have had to come back and say the reason why we started was to offer everybody become financially literate and become better. So I had to come back and say, how can we do this maybe even better? Develop a framework that I wouldn't even have to go do it. Then the people who are trained, accredited, then they can be able to do that on our behalf. So I would want to reach a lot of people, but I only have one mouth and 2 eyes, 2 legs. So I can't walk further. I can't walk much. But there are those who can be able to do that. Now, the work that you have been doing, what is it about? I'm having to go inside me and be honest with myself. This is where I am. Okay, after I have said, oh, I have debt, I don't have savings, I'm not doing very well on matters ABCD. Now, as you are doing this, you can look even in other aspects and areas of lives. So your relationships, say career-wise, if you do a business, it is a time, this period, it is a time for us to, slow down a little bit, reflect. So where am I at? Okay, fine. Now, after that, we are not to point fingers at anybody. So I have already determined where I am at. We are not to point fingers at anybody. I could then start asking, how have I been fucking up? I asked Daniel. I'm not asking you to ask yourself that. If I'm rude, then it is to Daniel. How have I been messing up this everything? So determine that, yeah, in as much as maybe the outside could have played a role, but I have also had a part to play with where I'm at, I don't desire being here or something. Okay, so you taking responsibility and seeing, well, okay, now from there, what do? You get to work. So as we were doing our week 1 of reflection, I got to ask myself a question, which I didn't pose to you, but I did pose that question to myself. I was wondering, if I spend 1 hour, 45 minutes on TikTok daily watching Bam Bams, then I was wondering, how then do I say that I'm operating my potential, like I'm utilizing my potential? I've always been thinking, oh, I'm working at a high potential level, like I'm utilizing my potential very well. But when I saw that, it was depressing. I couldn't come to terms with it because just realizing that at this level, so this level where I am at is probably I was looking at myself and telling myself, maybe I'm only doing a 25% or 30%. Will you be honest with yourself and say, to the outside world, I've sold myself um, as this efficient and all these, I'm doing very well and everything. But when I get back home, I might need to be honest with myself and say, yes, I have delivered on a job, on task, and all these things, I have done them. But have I operated to my probably full potential, or get to, I move from 20 or 25 to 40 by end of this year, then next year I can move my potential from 40 to 70. Okay. So that is the premise of the thing, of the program, just saying, well, I could have done more savings, but can see that I haven't been able to do that. Okay, good. So now, our today's session. So I know today I have you in a live session. So we will declare the program on it. We didn't get a chance to do that. And we will close the WhatsApp group now. So we won't allow more participants to come to the program because the work has now started moving on. Okay. So if you wanted to invite your loved ones, pray to God that we could have a second series of the same. That will be based on the feedback we get and see if we need to improve something. Then that is why we could do another one, a play. If we have it, then you can invite your loved ones. But as of after this session, close, and then we move on. Please don't ask, because you will ask whether you can invite somebody and I won't be able to resist. So instead of putting me on a hard corner, why not say, okay, that has been sufficient time. We wait for the next one. Setting goals and then working towards achieving these goals. What does it take? So after you submitted, we participated in the survey, we got to analyze this survey, and we were looking at let me close this chat box so that I don't see those chats. I will respond to them later. We looked at the survey and we wrote a report. So one of the areas of the report was on what are some of the struggles that we have. And some of the struggles were where I set goals, but there are no aligned habits today to get me to achieve those goals. Yeah, so I have goals, beautiful goals, they are good and everything, but I don't have habits today to achieve to those goals. Now, they don't only happen in finances. That happens even in other aspects of life. So I could tell you, I want to grow my business, but everything that I have done today, everything from morning to evening, everything that I have done today showed up late, showed up with some attitude, didn't take feedback positively. You know, you can calculate all those, and then you wonder, I was telling you, oh, I want to grow this, but everything that I was doing is actually messing it up. There are very many cases that you have seen on social media. Now, one relates very well because I know somebody in person who was doing the same that I have seen like entrepreneurs do. So going to the bar with the business checkbook. So he should have been paid at the end of the month by the business, paid a salary, and then he can pay his bills and have some entertainment budget out of it so that when he's out of entertainment budget, he stays sober until the next payday. But that doesn't happen for many business owners. Why? Who is giving me a limit? Who are you, Daniel, to give me a limit that I can spend my money? That salary you're telling me to be paid by the business, I spend it prudently, is my money. And it is coming from my more money that I invested in the business. Okay, so this attitude of going to the bar with the checkbook, it doesn't have to be like the physical checkbook. You have had individuals going to Mombasa for whatever, and then they go and enjoy with the debit cards of the business. They have access. So banking apps for the business, they have them. And that was not needed at the bar. We could first agree on that. So not lose money or like spend like buy everybody, spend money for the business. And then that is why you hear people come and say, blaming, we love it. Everything is wrong about everyone else apart from me. So in this mess that I am in, I didn't participate in it. It was the village witches in my village. Kijiji yetu kuna wachawi ndio hawataki niendelee. Haya, kuna wachawi wengine unasema wako social media. Wachawi wengine sijui maybe in your family or whatever, your employees, whatever, all those kind of things. Then we'll blame everybody else apart from me because, well, I'm this perfect saint that can't go wrong. I know you know the case that I'm talking about. You don't borrow business money like a fool, sorry for using that word. And then when things go bad, you start blaming these invisible enemies. That doesn't happen. I have seen it happen. Somebody taking down almost 4 companies that he owned. There were 5 because one was owned, he owned one in Tanzania. 5 companies out of the same attitude, going to the bar with the checkbook of the business. Also, yeah, what they had happened is they were out of cash, and then he called the accountant of the business and asked for the next check leaf. So number, the check leaf number, so that they can write an email to the bank and get. So he was a top guy and he knows top managers within banking area, so that he can be able to withdraw money because he's out of cash at the bar. If you're out of cash, personal money or entertainment, go home. This attitude is not a very good attitude. So there's what I desire to be, but everything that I'm doing today is not aligned towards it. So you saw in the report. So I'm telling you this so that you don't say, oh, Daniel has a problem with me because for whatever reason. Only it is everybody who does that. And it doesn't even matter with the level of income. Everybody will be messing around and then blame invisible people. So I have goals. I want to buy a house. I want to take my kids to the best schools. I want to leave them an inheritance. I want to, have a passive income. So build an investment fund and have passive income. And then today, are you saving consistently? No. We're trying to our income boosting, like building a second income, not clearly. So this is what the report was saying, that I'm in place about a destination, but whatever it takes to get to it. So I ain't doing that. I'm still held at the start point. And our today's session is to address these things. I wanted to pull the legs of the people who are single on the call. So somebody who is looking forward to date and be in a stable relationship or whatever it is that they desire, so many goals that you have. But you look at that person today, everything that else they are doing. So meet somebody attitude is there, meet somebody gaslighting and everything kind of things. It is about a time saying what I want to be involves me working on ABCD, putting my things in order and everything. Because as a gentleman, if you are looking for towards getting to a certain goal, who wants somebody who is spending all the money at the bar? Not really. So it gets to those, I have a destination I want to go, but it then makes sense for me to start doing the groundwork today. And it is this groundwork that people don't want to do. So I'm in the finance world. There is a level that we want to get. So what does that mean? I remember the year 2023, 2024, when we hosted our personal finance classes from 7:30 to 9:30. When we were done with the classes, I would sit for another 2 hours. So when the students are done, we finished the session and the students are done. I would sit. I was pursuing knowledge. Now it didn't even, there is no class probably that could have taught me the knowledge that I was seeking. So then I was learning in the industry. So there are complex products and issues around finance that I'm sitting down now to learn them. And some of my friends will be telling me, hey, Daniel, what time did you sleep? I did midnight. And then they are like, oh, you left a class at 10. Why didn't you go to sleep immediately? You were tired. No, tired. I have goals to get to. Today, I don't have to like do all that things, even though I can't go to relaxed mode. Okay, I'm not doing very well in some aspects, but we have a goal to get to, and we will work towards getting to it. The habits that you apply day to day, are you working towards that particular goal? So, oh, I was seeking to diversify my income and make some extra income. So that is why it required me to do a course online or something of that sort. And then when you started it, it take you a few days, you are bored, you won't show up, you leave it. Stay for another 2, 3 months, you go to a session or a forum or a seminar, you are called out for this habit, you dedicate yourself to doing the work, then you just do it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, not even by 3 weeks, you should have gathered steam to go on. It is only a couple of days. Most of those courses that you do online on Udemy and wherever, if you track the progress, it is 3 days, it is 4 days, and then somebody has lost gas. We could start asking, why do I lose interest? So started saving a few days and then moved on, and all these kind of things. So there are best practices when it comes to setting and achieving goals. And that is why we're actually saying it is a science. Neuroscience, breaking and building habits. There is a lesson to take from there. Psychology, a lesson there. Why am I like this? Behavioral economics, majority of the people love the desire of going to retirement stable. But today, save. So what makes people, they are feeling, when I get my money from my pocket to save, I feel like I'm losing the money. But there are researches and programs, but these programs, well, it has applied in UK setup. That is where some of my mentors, that is Professor Dala and another gentleman, did a program like whatever we are doing, come up with a framework, and then structured in a way that it can be utilized in the pension funds and all this. So individuals just make a commitment that next year when I get a pay rise, I'm willing to set those funds aside. But today, don't touch my salary. But the future income, I'm okay. That I don't have it, so you can take it and save it for my retirement. See, psychological biases, and we are applying that to have the conversation that we have here. Now, before I go through something that I have prepared for us, there's something when we started the course, I told you, can we check our screen time that we use? Now, what we were purposing is as a human being, I have so many goals that I'm pursuing. The life encompasses a lot of things. It is not only finances. So there are a couple of things. So you reduce time you got to spend more time with family, and you are feeling more fulfilled. So a lady told us they are feeling more fulfilled. That was a win. I reduced time on the screen, engaged my clients more, did better with what I'm supposed to be doing day to day instead of checking bam bams. And well, it has been worth it. It was worth the sacrifice. So doing better financially, maybe doing better socially, doing better at the family level or something of that sort. And you could get something that helps you to achieve these other things. And if you find a distraction, just a distraction, and I'm about to give you another distraction that you can do away with, and you look at yourself back in 1 year's time, and you will appreciate it. So today you won't get to watch the news because I'll be with you on the call. So you wouldn't even want to listen to the news in the background, okay? So we do the class. Then I want you to miss the news today, and then 1 week later, tell me I'm not in a good position in my life because I missed the news. If your status of life won't have like gotten worse because you missed the news, you could probably go again. All the work you have seen us do around personal finance. So we do classes this time. So automatically that has meant I'm not doing news. I would have wished to or something, but it doesn't happen. So got rid of distraction and then 2 hours. So it doesn't matter if I get less number of students in the class. The time that would have been spent just sitting down and watching things that don't, did anything like, because this politician or the other politician did 1, 2, 3, anything changed? I don't think so. People, those who are working hard and making money, everything. So everything just went on. The news, it's 9 to 10, almost 1 hour, or could be extra. That is valuable time that the way you will need to frame it is the way in economics we say an opportunity cost that we are paying. So you could go for that. So we are just looking, all I'm doing with these is just looking for simple things that I can do away with and then get myself other habits that might probably get me to a better position. So if you are looking forward to make an extra income, you won't start immediately going for the extra income. What you will start doing is, if you are looking to get more clients like Jacqueline, it is not, don't put the target of 100 and obsess about the target of 100. Think about today's actions that align towards getting that client, the one extra client. What did I mean by that? So a company could say, we want to do a revenue of $1 million US. That's okay. So like say, Daniel, have an aspiration. My business could make $1 million shillings. Okay, we have a goal there. Now, our work today is do a webinar like this. So plan for it, do your work. That is the work. Your work is not to be obsessed about the goal. Your work is to be obsessed about today, whatever you are doing aligned towards getting to whatever you are desiring. So the day-to-day simple things that you can be able to get to, those are the ones that we are looking forward to. So go ahead and list smaller goals that you have, list so many. Some of those goals are as simple as cleaning your desk if you work from home. So clean the desk, or go to your shop and say, we have a lot of dead stock here, or there in the store there's a lot of waste here, or something of that sort. So you list all those things that you have desired to do. So you are like, oh, I should have sent a few messages here to some couple of clients, or whatever it is that you have wanted to do. So you have a list of 10 things So we are over the weekend. 10 things that you want to do next week, including opening that money market fund, including paying that surely loan, including cleaning that desk, all those kind of things, small things. Now start doing them. So I was asking you, if you have opened your money market fund account, send me a screenshot showing the confirmation. I didn't desire to, okay, yeah, I want all of us to get better. So that is why I was even responsible myself to say I've done this. But what you start telling your subconscious mind is that I'm not that old person who left my bed untidy. I'm not that old person who left my sink dirty. I'm not that old person whose workplace looks disorganized or something of the sort. The wardrobe looks disorganized. Because today, when I'm saying this, something is popping up and you are like, I should have put this, whatever. You carry that as a burden. There is who I want to be, but I'm still here. So I'm carrying that as a burden. And that is the second point. Those pending goals, small things, will always be feeling like a burden. You are calling them subconsciously. So I should have sent that email. So for example, when I leave without maybe sending emails, and then I'm held in traffic, I'm always like, will they call and say I didn't send that email? So instead of my brain being creative, my brain is having to work to keep walling, calling a burden that there's a pending thing that was not done. And when you hear, maybe I ain't retreat preacher myself, but I hear retreat preachers saying, go forgive them, you free yourself. Most people will always be like, oh, no, I won't. The guy have to come reconcile and everything. You could forgive and let go so that you free yourself. This is what I'm asking you, that little course, it is just a few days, or that recording or a webinar or a podcast, it would help you in your industry. So somebody was telling me, I'm in the medicine industry, there is materials within this area that I should lead. Now they have a burden. It is not like it was forgotten. When they came to this program, it was just there. So it is only that they got to mute and snooze and nab that I need to work. But it is always there. And if you go when you list the goals that I have told you, and those pending goals that you have not been doing, some of those are very small things, writing an email, checking on your other clients. So I will give you, so it's okay. I have exposed all my weaknesses to you that you are learning from me. It's okay. You have always thought that I'm this good guy, yeah? Nah, I ain't. So sometimes back, we take in a huge number of students in our classes. That was a disaster reason, because some of them will fall off due to maybe not being able to follow up on them. So the ordinary classes. So I had stayed saying, I will go check up on everyone and see, what did you do? The simple question was, what did you do after the class? So it is a one message and sent to many. What is that one thing you did after the class? So I knew I would get so many responses, including those who are feeling stuck and everything. So then I tell those who are feeling stuck, are you willing to make up for maybe a session that you missed or something you didn't get to understand? Or are you willing to ask a direct question that I can respond to you? But this had been something that I had been calling. When I did it, I feel a relief. So there is a client, maybe you messed up the order, or there is a job that you messed up or something of the sort. What about you are writing that and next week you are going to sort it so that you set yourself free? Most of us are, the way you say we are free men and women. Yeah, you are not in chains physically, but there are some small things that are holding us. One gentleman finds me at work. So I told you my day worker. So I get to go to a client's workplace if we have an ongoing contract and I work from there. So one of the guys working in the finance department comes and tells me, hey, Daniel, it is unfortunate. I have some penalties with KLA, and these have made me to lose some businesses that I was pursuing. And I don't know how you can help me. So I tell them, hey, let's log into your portal and check what penalties are there. So this individual had applied for a waiver on penalties on the VAT obligation. And it had been successful. But they had been held back with the fear of, I won't check, I won't apply for the job, I won't do. So him and the auntie pursued tenders together. So he was narrating to me, telling me, I took my auntie to go and apply a tender. I didn't even file my returns last year because I knew I even had more penalties, so there was no need of even doing it. So when we check for income taxes, they had a year ban filed, so that is last year we filed, and there is a waiver ongoing. So it was immediate. Now, these are the small things. So person missing tender, and the penalty that they were fearing of, even what they missed, was only income tax. The penalty is 2,000 for individual pins. So you are missing a tender because of something so small, or even going to a KLA office or asking somebody for help. I messed up this client. I can't face them. I can send a message. I messed this job. I can face them. Go and list all those. Could be a course, could be a plan. You have been planning to, I want to network. Let me go to a trade fair. But fear, I don't know whether it is fear or something, or you want to go to a networking event when you are this perfect person. As you wanted to start writing or journaling, you do business that could do very well. A gentleman came to a personal finance classes, he's employed. So there is some work that he does. So at the moment, I want to outsource somebody to help us with a task. So sometimes around 2 weeks ago, they tell me, hey, Daniel, I struggle with ABCD. I'm not able to go out there and sell my work, even though I do some good work. So I didn't even ask them to see. So today, when we were outsourcing the service providers, I just think to myself, maybe I should ask this gentleman to tell me what work he has been doing. I see about it. Well, this is what my team member just made a reply to. Says, this is good work, and he can offer us a full package. If you were to hire him, you should go for the full package, not the only thing that you are looking for. So this is an individual who has been hiding. I would go out, I would go post, I would go do ABCD. I will start next month, I will start the next year. But when the work gets reviewed, so I just share with me, I will share with my team members, and then we can see whether we will. I had not even told him we want to work with him. It is my team member who is saying, well, if you hire him, don't even go for the only thing you wanted. Go for the full package. They are doing a good job. Now, what is that holding you from a fear of I won't post? Go do the first post, the second post. Maybe nobody will probably engage, but your work is outside there. And then one day somebody will come and see it, come across it, heading goals, and they will always seem like a burden. So you want to go past them. And the first one you work on, then you tune your brain to be like, I have been able to overcome fear, I have been able to overcome fear, and all these kind of things. So now to the science of setting and achieving goals. So how many of you started the gym, not even the gym, leave alone gym subscription. How many have skipping ropes at home and they are doing nothing with them? Somebody, let's see if there's one or two. A skipping rope at home, or Lola's, something you saw some Lola's, or something to help you with the pull-ups and whatever, all those. You know where it is at. I don't know whether it is the under your bed or where. Somebody, is there anybody here skipping rope that they don't use? Purity, tell us, uh, how many days did you skip? Mhm. Purity, you can unmute yourself. That's okay. Anyone else? So I have one. Anaweza tuambia ni nini alinunua ni sawa. Mtu mwingine? Okay. I have no idea where my skipping rope is. I have not used it this year. Even I'm seeing another response there. Now, this is us. We are really impressed about good, fit body. We want to be wealthy. I want to be at the top of my game in terms of careers and all these kind of things. So this is who we are. Really impressed about somewhere that we want to go. But unfortunately, doing the work today, it gets a little bit difficult. So sorry, apologies. Let me plug my laptop. Along the way, lose focus. I'm not motivated enough, and all these kind of things, which is unfortunate. So Philip is saying TV no use in the house for the past 6 months. No idea where my skipping rope is. I've not used it this year. Like 5 days and then packed it, Magdalene. I have weights and rollers. Recently, after classes, I've resumed the exercises. Just look at the many things that we start and stop. The bike is yet to be used. And we did investments. You remember how motivated you were to when you were starting, when you were spending the money. I don't know what got you very motivated. Maybe a talk or something. You attended some seminar or something, and you were like, "Oh, new me now," and all these kind of things. And then along the way, we lose the trajectory. What is going on? Like, have the SL, but always try to skip. Very good, very good. Thank you so much, Nani. She's Pauline. I remember her English name. Now, we want to, at the point of setting goals, this is where we ought to do a better job. So I say, when I'm setting goals, do a better job at it, because if I set myself at realistic goals, goals that probably don't even motivate me or something, this is how we get to, abandon them. In finance, I see this a lot of times where you get an individual attend a webinar by maybe real estate or insurance or something, then you get, motivated by a salesperson. So the best way would have been where you reflect on a goal yourself, and then you go pursue a goal that matters to you. But when you are pursuing a goal that matters to someone else, this is how we miss it. This is how we lose it. So yeah, got some motivation there. Oh, Daniel is saying ABCD, blah, blah. And then you pursue a certain goal. Not really. So you remember when we were having the conversation around debt, I said, I want you to determine Is this cheap or expensive? And then you decide what you want to do about it. Because I don't want you to start pursuing a path of paying off those debts. And then you are at one time, you abandon it because you were pursuing it because somebody else said or whatever. Not really. We want, and that is what we'll be discussing for this the session that I invited you for. That is what we'll discuss. How do I set goals that really matter to me, that even give me a lot of motivation, and then I attach habits that could help me get to these goals. Now, and as we go on, I want you to start. I should have said that at the start of the session. I want you to start thinking as a community. So don't think about myself. Think about I'm part of a community. So if we are messing up, 10 of us in the community, think of the general impact. So you have seen the poor state of retirees in Kenya today. It is a sad state. But when we were working, somebody was just, oh, myself, instead of looking at the impact as a community. So when we said, what time do you spend scrolling aimlessly on social media? So individuals went and put some hours there. So you could take the average time. And I was there. I started it off, like I said it myself, what time I spent. So now think of the people who responded, take the average and multiply and see how much time, then put it as money, how much time as the participants of M3. This is what M3 loses in a day. So if we are losing 2 hours, each one of us on average a day doing aimless things, and 200 individuals, so see how much time we lose. And then say in terms of value, so say the average pay 2,500, some higher, others low, 2,500 per hour. See how much we are losing. If you take that thinking and take the example of how many of us are borrowing from M-Shwari, Tala, and all other platforms that are lending at expensive rates. And then you say, this, I called it madness, and then somebody picked it up. So I could use that, I could just use that word. This madness of expensive borrowing, here at the group, how many of us are doing this? So 100 of us. So you saw the difference, how we did the difference. My savings of 10,000 at an account paying on me only 5% or 6%. So it is adding me 60 shillings a month. But also the 10,000, when I borrow it from, the digital lender, he lends to me maybe at 9. There's one I told you, I think 8.9. So call it 9%. So 10,000, 9%, you pay 900 shillings. So yeah, I have some savings, but I have some debts here I wouldn't want to clear. You pay interest 900 shillings, and the savings are new 60 shillings. You see that difference, eh? That is the cost that you pay as an individual. Now think of the average debt that we take as a group could be, say, like 30,000. So higher, lower, 30,000. So we are doing this madness. I call it nonsense madness. Those two words, I can use them alternating. A nonsense, and so we are doing this nonsense, 100 of us on 30,000, like a small whatever. Think as a community and think of the loss that we will make this month. I don't know whether that made sense to you. So what I will just do is I will fetch a journal, and I will share the journal so that I can do some mathematics there. It could probably help you to understand whatever it is that I'm saying. And then you share my screen. Good there. Come to share. Oh my God, why did I have to do that? Anyway, I'm sorry. So I was doing a summary of the meeting, and then instead of sharing, that was very unfortunate. So what I'm saying is, how many of us are borrowing from KCB and M-Pesa, the digital loan, or from M-Shwari, or from Tala, Branch, and all those kind of things? Then how much on average are these folks lending to us? So even the Shylocks and everybody and all those, I came across a gentleman selling some financing by, they were calling themselves a microfinance. Awanabe, a small one that I had not even heard about in the past. So a business loan at 25% per month. And I was telling him, what if I multiply by 12? How much do I pay? He tells me, I'm not lending you for a month. I'm not lending you for a year. I'm lending you for a month. So you work with 1 month. So on average, we say this is 9. So I was saying, you borrow 10,000, pay 9%. So your interest is 900 shillings. So this is a loan. But you're also the same person who has some savings. So some of you, when we asked you, you told me majority doing banks, others doing M-Pesa, just a small portion was doing money market funds. So we could say on average, others doing M-Shwari. So we could say on average, you're only making, the whole community is only, so some 12, 11, others nothing, others 5, and whatever, all like that. And then you say on average, we are getting a savings, on our savings, we are getting 6%. Or 5 or 6. Yeah, so say 6. So I'm also the same person who has some 10,000 and have saved at 6%. And this is per month, don't forget, and this is per annum. Okay, so this could only earn me a very small figure. So I'll just put it like 60 shillings. It is not much. So if you divide this by 12, then this is so low. So now, I was saying 900, somebody who knows mathematics can work 10,000 6% and then divide by 12. We see how much we have earned there. So 900 you paid, and these you earned. Those people holding savings and loans, expensive loans. I'm not saying development loans. You have a circle loan, you did some development and bought a piece of land and you are farming and all these kind of things. You're making an income from it. The loan was not expensive. It was at 13 or 14%. It is what is expensive and maybe even didn't even do anything for us. So the cost that I'm paying as an individual every month on 10,000 is 840. Okay. So we were saying, what is the average loan ticket that we have there at the group on digital loans? Is it 10,000? Maybe higher. So quote 30,000. So this is 3,000. So the cost we are paying as an individual is 2,400 for holding savings and doing expensive loans. This is what I have done. Then we say we are 100 individuals who are doing this nonsense. So every month, this is the cost that the community pays. You have had the Digital Lenders Association. They work as a group. You have heard of Kenya Bankers Association. They work as a group. So when I tell you to start thinking of as a community, that is the reason why I'm telling you that. So that by the end of the program, if we are able to get 100 individuals doing expensive loans, if we are able to get 50 of them out of the expensive loans, then we have narrowed this figure down. So this figure has gone down. So when I will go pay that M-Shwari loan and share and say, oh, I paid off my loan and this is a relief now, this M-Shwari loan, you are doing that saying, I'm part of a body, I'm part of a community, and I'm working also for myself and somebody else. So I will do this and motivate somebody else. I'm working as a team. We're going to have to get this better. So by the end of the program, if you get 50 people out of this kind of nonsense, then that is why I was saying we will think of ourselves as a community. So you are doing savings better. So by the end of the program, we open 50 money market fund accounts. Think of the impact of this to the community. Now, it is individuals who put their act together. It is 200 individuals that I have in a program. think of the impact of that to themselves, to their families. Somebody saying, well, I know why I don't do very well with money. Maybe it is the background. We did never talked about money and all those other kind of things. And then when you understand that you are committing yourself saying, I'm changing this for my kids and the next generation. I'm having to change this. We can't continue doing the things the same way. So you could be looking at yourself, but we will look at the community, and even beyond the community, the people that you're able to impact. So I saw somebody just sent me a message and said, hey, can I invite somebody to the program? Probably even before they invite them, I know they could be sharing some insights. And so many of you, we are doing that. And I'm assuming these are your loved ones, friends, and all these. So 200 individuals, if they go get their family together, see the impact that you have done. If the 200 individuals impact only 2 friends, so a friend and a colleague at work, think of that impact that we have there. So when we are doing all these, I want you to pursue it from the perspective of I'm a group and I'm a member of a community, and I'm working towards the betterment of this community. So when you put your act together, we are putting the act of, we are getting the whole group, the whole thing better. When you go and influence somebody, so you lead a page, take a screenshot. And somebody, when we shared about the loan, somebody told me, there's somebody who is doing this madness, a friend of mine, and I want you to share with me the link. Hey, listen, I told you I won't feel the shame. I'm feeling vulnerable, and that is why I also say it. So if you are doing the madness, you never even have to. It will only be shameful. It will be a bad thing if you stay on it. Like, so today, I'm a sinner. I walk around. So it is a bad thing if I stay on it. But if you called me out and told me, hey, Daniel, you can't continue walking around. Oh, this is what happened to me, blah, blah, these kind of things. Oh, you're going to heal and go get past it. When I'm better, it will never even matter. You can tell my story if you wish to. That's okay, no problem. It is a past that doesn't even matter now. So when you get these and you share with somebody, tell somebody, hey, could you read this? I was reading this particular book and there's this insight. Let me share with you. So 200 participants on the program, and then they go take the page from, I had been sharing books there, pages from books. One was Dale and Hande, The Compound Effect. You take that page and share on your WhatsApp status. How many people have you reached yourself? So 50 people viewing your WhatsApp status. How many people have you influenced? How many people do we influence? That is if you are committed to the betterment of our community. Now, some folks are me. Oh, I can't tell, I can't do these and all these kind of things. Now I'll tell you, from that level that you'll be operating at, nothing good will come out of it. So I took some students in 2021, 22, 23, helped them with all their challenges and everything, and then they got better. What are those students doing to me today? This community that I had created, what? For them, even at times they are telling me, Daniel, you do a lot of work for us, and you don't tire, you don't ask for money, you don't do whatever. Now, what are they doing to me today? They are taking me to places that probably I would not have gotten there as fast as possible. So if you're operating from that level of, it is about you, why do I care about everybody else? Now, these people that you should be caring about are the people to be your customers. So if they are better financially, they will be able to be better customers. They are the people to be better clients for you and all these kind of things. So look at, I don't know where the inspiration came from. And I say, well, I have 2 folks here. I'll be doing that every now and then when I get the grace. Find somebody doing something there and then share if it is related. So say Nani Dege and Logoro say that this is about me. I'll just go to the program. I can't tell somebody or anything or something of the sort. Then what happened? We are becoming part beneficiaries of the program, where you say, well, I'm just telling you this so that when everything else that you will be doing, it doesn't even have to be this program. It's okay. We will get traction by grace. But everything else, whether it is your work or whatever it is that you will be doing, you can only thrive from thinking of bettering a community. Individualism is what has gotten us into all these kind of problems that we have. So I was doing these mathematics because I wanted us to work some other mathematics. So several of us have bought books. So the average price, 500. So say how many people did this? 20. So 10,000. That's okay. Not a lot of money. Lolas, skipping loads, and all those kind of things. Ticket size, 1,000. How many? 50. How much? 50,000. So paid for a course, didn't complete. What was the ticket size? A course, program, all those kind of things. What was the ticket size? 5,000. You didn't complete. How many people? 20 people, 100,000. Look at the cost that we pay. So on this particular program alone, 200 individuals doing these things that we don't pursue to the very end, that don't even us get better, books we don't read, exercise, gym subscriptions that we didn't pursue or everything. Look at the cost that we have paid. So can we quote a 1 million fee? No, I want you to reverse this. So, oh, Daniel, umetuchimba. Let us reverse this and then say, if we go utilize this, all of this, so for the money, that one we have agreed. We can't continue doing this for the digital leaders association. We have gotten to an association where we are getting out several of us so that we can save a portion of this money. And that is more money to the community. Yeah? So it might not translate to more money to your pocket, but to the community, more money. Then forget about the money now. Think of that book, think of the lowlights, think of the course, think of that podcast that you are yet to watch. Maybe it was even subscription. Then we commit to go pursue it. So everybody says, oh, let me go do the work. Let me go do the work. Then as a community, how better would we get? So when you are doing these things, don't, oh, it's me. Really, you think of the community. So I'm imagining all those folks that we are telling me, oh, there was this book that I didn't read. The most beautiful thing I think I had in the reviews as the students were sending the feedbacks was somebody in the medicine and saying, there is watch later content that I have and it is within my own industry. So I'm thinking that even career-wise, how better do we get? So there's something that you have to do to progress your career. And then we go pursue. Now, the reason why I want you all to go pursue is 100 individuals go pursue. The success rate, we have a 40% success rate. So 40 individuals boost their careers, boost their incomes, get better health-wise and all those kind of things. Reduce, I never tell anybody to quit alcohol. I didn't quit it myself. So reduce alcohol intake and say, I'm not being controlled by this thing anymore. So these individuals, if you accumulate all the benefits, we are at maybe 50 now, 50 of us. If you have a 50% success rate, small savings and all these kind of things. Think of this, how better a community with these people getting better. So when I asked that question, I know we buy those things and we leave them, but we never even realize the implication of it, that now we are here, 200 individuals, and then 20% have purchased and didn't do anything with that. That was money lost. But we don't even focus on the money. What if this was used? We would be having 40 individuals, 50 individuals, physically fit, feeling better about themselves, very good bodies. Their partners loved them and they loves them and everything. we move on. A question. So anybody who has a question or who says you should not be talking like this. Somebody tell me, hey Daniel, why would you be talking like that? Or any question that could be there. So there was a question. I will just go for it. As you come up with questions, anybody unmute, contribute, say what you want to commit to go do or what you have been doing, so that the other members of the same body, the other parts, could also start doing something. Somebody who wants to share something? You know what? So there's Adlu was asking, I don't know whether he's still on the call. Meli, go ahead. Meli, go ahead. I will really appreciate it.
So hi everyone.
Hello too, Meli. Thank you. How are you?
I'm also fine.
Good. Tuambie.
I would like to share one thing that I've been committed to for quite some time now, and that is budgeting and sticking to the budget.
Okay.
I think I'm able to trace how
Mhm.
I spend my money.
Mhm.
I'm able to plan ahead, like I need something, it costs this much.
Mhm.
So actually, the other day when you were talking about budgeting in the group, I commended myself for being so consistent over now some probably 3 years or so.
Okay, good.
So that is one thing I've been able to achieve for
Good.
that time for quite some time now.
Good. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So I hope the other members of the body that we have built here, the other parts, will appreciate that. Oh, I also need to be doing this. So I've told you what I work statistically. So 200 individuals, 120 go do the year budgets and stick to the year budgets for the month of June, the month of July, and the month of August. I want us to look back and say, how am I feeling about money right now? So you have done some work maybe for 2 days, 3 days, and could be asked, oh, how am I feeling about this? So there's a message. There's a message there. Jacqueline, go ahead.
Maybe I can share what has worked for me before. Maybe I struggle with other areas, but as a lady, I used to buy so many clothes, shoes. Even if I don't need, I have like new things not worn. So last year I started doing decluttering and I only wear what I need. What is in excess, I give out. What is worn out, I throw away. But I only buy if I need. I don't buy because I see something cute when I'm passing. So that has really helped me in terms of lowering my budget when it comes to clothes, shoes, like hizo vitu za kurembesha. So I don't know. I thought I share maybe that tip might help someone else. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Asante. Now, folks, there's something. I thank you for those who have shared and those who have been sharing their feedback via WhatsApp. I have been sharing it back to the group. I was telling myself, I do that even with our personal finance classes, where I get students who have been to our classes. So it has been 1 year after you took the class, or some 2 years, other 3 years. So I get to ask a student 3 years later, what is working? How far have you been? And then people share the beautiful, or whatever you're hearing here, beautiful stories, I review. And then there's somebody seated somewhere imagining, oh, these people are showing off. So I ask myself, and that is what I have for you on the call. What would you rather do? Do you want us to share the vices? Like today, I don't know, we have become a so evil world that take a picture doing all nonsense, share it on social media and everything. We celebrate that. Take a picture, like you will share a review. We will share the review of the program, yeah, right? All of us. So share a review, like 40 participants paid off the expensive debts that they didn't need. They determined that 50 participants decided to open money market funds. Several participants increased their savings. So get that feedback. When you share it, a virtual, it seems like you are showing off. Then we could tell somebody maybe the devil resides in you. Like, I don't know why we are like that. So one of my students saying, sent me a review. I'm saving this much. And then we share that review. So I'm doing this much per month. And somebody comes and tells me, that is a lie. Now, where is the lie? You came to the program, told you, go open a money market fund account. You went and did it. That's okay. If the grace is there, it is fine. Then we have agreed this month after the pay came in, we asked you, go save. You saved. Send me an image. Where is the lie there? You are doing the work. It is only the folks that are not doing the work that, and many of them, that is why we feel things are like that. So many of them that are not doing the work, unfortunately. So when we ask of you, share with us with your feedback, what you have been doing. It is when you do it, you are shaming the devil. The science of setting and achieving financial goals. We were asking about the skipping ropes because this is what we are about to start with. The individual who says, I need to go to the gym, there is something that is motivating them. It's okay, whatever it is that is motivating them. The person who does better, if you check most of the people who succeed most with their gym and everything, there is a certain trait you'll come to see about them. But there are also people who go with other objectives, they don't sustain for long. So when they were going to the gym, there was a lot of enthusiasm and hype. So on this first day, we get to the gym, 45 minutes on the treadmill, 30 minutes doing weights, then some cardio. Wait for that individual tomorrow. They can't lift their hands up. They are so sore, muscles are so sore that they can't go back to the gym. So there's something we call overloading. When you do overloading, and at the start, so we call it front loading. I'll give you a very good example. You saw what Gen Z protests did last year. So the story had not started there. The Minister of Finance in the month of March was saying that we need to increase taxes. So instead of doing gradually, so increase 2% 2024, go for another, in 2025, go for another 2% or 3%. And in 2026, that way, he says, instead of doing this, let's front load that we increase taxes in 2024 with 10%, 2025, 8%, so front load. So governments also do it, and disaster happens. Individuals do it, whether it is at the gym, disaster happens. Individuals do it even with their finances. So how do we do front loading in finances? I'm so determined to get very good with my finances, blah, blah, all those kind of things. So an off-plan house, how much am I expected to contribute? 35,000. I'm only able to do 20, and then I can get a loan of 15, a loan that I'm repaying 15. Then what more do? So pay 20, 15 is being deducted from the payslip for the loan that you got to pay the deposits. What else? I'm doing a money market fund. I don't have, I need an emergency fund. So I don't have an adequate size of an emergency fund go for it. And there is an insurance policy, an endowment cover that I went on Instagram and then found somebody saying that with only 11,000, blah, blah, all these kind of things, then there is a piece of land, I don't want to lose it. And there's this business I would want to start, maybe I'm doing some money there. So 5 commitments. This and whatever we were doing at the gym won't work. What you only achieve by this is spreading yourself thin. So many commitments, you spread yourself thin. The danger of that is you will always be overwhelmed. So in a month that things didn't go well and these commitments are not being sorted, you are sitting on the edge financially because a call from the bank, the insurance company says, oh, we need this money and all these kind of things. Disaster will always come up if an emergency that you should have sorted with an NMMF, create some savings there for your emergencies. If that disaster strikes and then you are not able to adjust. One gentleman reached out to me, and I love us as Africans. We always go to the doctor when we are sick. Before that, why do I need to go to the doctor? So people will always be consulting when they have a loan, when they are about to default insurances, when they have lost jobs, when they have gotten redundancy notices, and when they are about to go to retirement. That is when individuals consult. Bule hata consult. Before that, hakuna consultancy. When I'm very well and driving, do I need somebody to guide me? So why do I need to body check when I'm healthy? Doesn't make sense. So wait until I'm sick, then I can go to the doctor. So this gentleman tells me, I have 2 pieces of land, land A and land B. So they have not been completely paid for, both of them. So there's amounts of money that are pending. I've lost my job. I have a motor vehicle, a town ace or some sort. I have a town ace. So this is mine. It is fully paid. That's okay. I have a family and we have a rented house. But I don't have savings. I don't have an emergency fund. So that one is not there. So that is 0. So these are his options. So it always starts, we call it a story of ifs and buts. So that is what starts now. If I had completed paying one piece of land, I would have sold it and built the other one. But you know the other part of it. Now, if I had some savings, I could have managed to use my town ace to start a wholesale business, because I want to do to some, from his industry, he can do a wholesale business. You know, the way you find salespeople with vehicles, he can do that very well, his industry. But there are no savings to be able to do this. Okay. Now, if the pieces of land had been like completed, built, move my family from the rented house to this, but so it is ifs and buts. Reason, spreading ourselves thin. You saw, so I have so many goals. What would have been ideal is getting one goal and working towards it to the very end. When you front load, whether it is finances, or it is your body, or it is a government, or whatever, when you front load, you can almost bet there will be disaster. So if we do all that, all of us, so front load, those individuals who said they are employed, so I'll just assume, say, we have 100 individuals employed here. So out of these, how many of us could lose a job this year? So a small number. That is how statistics is. Actually, when you take 100 individuals, expect maybe a certain, like 1 or 2 would have passed on by the end of the year. Like, you have to start now appreciating risk. Like, things happen. There is nothing you can do about it. It doesn't matter even whether you, okay. Yeah, anyway, I was about to say something bad, and like I remembered that I shouldn't say that I'm a Christian. So I was about to say it doesn't matter how much you play, but we can't do away with death. Like, the world gonna have to create space for the young ones that you are bringing up. So we can always bet this number, then you have 1, 2. So, but also another generation, the younger generation that registered for our sessions, for our class, we live to see the grandkids. So those are blessings we are sending your way. But it is statistics. 100 individuals employed, then 2 will lose their job by the end of the year. So we have accepted. Now, what is the best advice we can give the 100 individuals without knowing hawa wawili ni nani na nani? Tambia hawa, have some money set aside, all of us, ndio mwenye for emergencies in a money market fund, ndio mwenye atapoteza kazi, they can fall back to the emergency fund and be able to adjust whatever how they would. Like, if we had savings, now you could start the business. That is what we are saying. So maybe that is the only thing that he needed to have been working on, because all the other impressive goals that he had been pursuing didn't materialize. So once there's something we will talk about, prioritizing. Once you are done with the savings, now you can go to the other goal, catch it and work towards it to the very end. Now your brain is already fired up. You have known yourself as somebody who works and achieves these goals. Most people didn't go back to the gym. And it was only about overdoing it. Front loading won't work for your muscles. Now, the unfortunate thing is losing a subscription, and you lose the momentum. If there's anything that is more worthwhile than everything else, is the momentum. So several people will, by the end of this program, I hope I will see you on social media, those who want to sell maybe whatever product or service online. That is the biggest market anyway. So I will see a lot of people go start posts. So put posts, products. So day 1, day 2, day 3, and then this is lost. If you lose this momentum, that is it. You won't go back to it. If you are doing so many goals, along the way, you could lose the momentum, because even nature would be working against you. So you front load and then become overwhelmed, and you're out of it. You lose it. You lose the momentum. You have lost it completely. So I've seen students from our classes. So I recommend a book. Then you see somebody very excited, buys the book, post it on the WhatsApp status. So I see, and I'm like, oh, let me see how this far goes. Then you stay. Jokes. Somebody tells me, hey, please send me a PDF copy of this particular book, because they have seen I have posted on the status, WhatsApp status, maybe a caption from the book. And they're like, oh, what book is that? Please send me it. Now, after a couple of months, presumably they were reading, I post another one, and then they ask me, what book is this? I tell them, could you send me it? And then I remind them, I sent you this book 3 months ago. You haven't been reading it. Oh, I have been a little bit caught up. Right now, are you less caught up that you will be able to dedicate time towards it? Think of, in business, in everything, how we tend to start with a lot of enthusiasm, and then along the way, lose momentum. And it will take us 1 year. So it takes a program. So it was one program, got one of my students leading. Then it has taken another program to get them back to leading. Oh, I hope you don't want to be that kind of a person. And I hope you watched Jordan Peterson. Like, there isn't much anywhere you are going with that kind of attitude. So whether it is in business, finances, whether it is with health, the gym, health eating habits and everything, in finance, I just gave the example, people getting a lot of investment accounts, sign various contractual investments, even that off-plan house. The only thing that an individual is able to do is spread ourselves thin. I want you always to remember that these might not help us much. It is about, it will only help us, it will only get us spreading ourselves thin. Now, when we do our personal finance classes, we tell our students, the first thing probably you should be working on is only an emergency fund. So work towards it to the very end. When it is up, then catch the other goals now, knowing you have a backup plan. So imagine I have built an emergency fund, then I lose my job. When I lose my job, there was a loan or there is an insurance that needs to be paid, because if I default, then I've missed it. So I will hustle to be able to earn daily living, but my savings could pay the loan maybe for another 3 months or 6 months as I figure out things, or it can pay insurance premiums for a couple of months. So when we tell them to quit spreading themselves thin, we tell them start prioritizing. Now, these goals that you are pursuing, so that off-plan house or that insurance policy or something, was it really your goal? Did you really need that? So let me work with you some figures to ask you whether this insurance policy you got, whether it was really your goal. Okay, let's work some figures. So as Daniel, with my family size, if I'm no longer there, maybe the only security I require for them would be an insurance payout of around 6 months, or around 6 million. And after this payout has been made, there is an instruction, invest that money in low risk investments, average, just make me some 12%. Okay, 720 annually. So by 12, send these folks some 60,000 per month. This will sort a few things that cannot be, that if I'm not around, they could figure out things. Okay, so now this is based on my situation. So does your family need 60,000? Maybe they need more, so you could be asking for a higher policy. Does your family need 60,000? No, maybe they could be needing less, so you could be going for something less. So the cover that you are going for is being determined by your needs. Is that how we do it? Not really, but I will tell you, I want to give you a story. So when I go for this cover, so say 6 million, the premium that I'm paying would be, let's say, I ain't quoting a correct figure. So let's just say I'm just paying a premium, 20,000. So the full year premium is 240,000. How much does the agent make as commissions? I'm giving this story because somebody was telling me, as though, so they had sent me a message from one of the companies. I didn't know that that is the commission that they would be making, because I have been thinking of others that have lesser commissions. So the agent will make 40%, which is 96,000. If I get a policy based on my needs and pay 20. But the agent comes with very beautiful presentations and tells me, you see, if you're able to push yourself and pay that 5%, that 5,000, you will be able to end up with, instead of getting 6 million, you can get a payout of, say, 12 million or 15 million or whatever amount. You know, show me this will make you a millionaire and all these kind of things. So that 5,000 per annum, this is how much? By 12, 420, that is the premium that I should be paying. How much does the agent make? Multiply by 40%. So he makes 168,000. So if I buy the policy that I need based on my needs is that pays, I'm covered 6 million. But the policy that I buy based on the insurance agent needs is a 12 million policy, which I'm paying that 5,000, because this is based on his needs on earning a commission, 96,168. And this is the mistake that you hear around even products like insurance. Because an individual should go sit at home and determine what they need. So when you go out, you have a figure, I'm looking to be covered for this much. But now it is the other way around. You watch a TikTok video, somebody is telling you, you know, if you wanted to end up with 17 million, if you wanted to end up with 23 million, blah, blah, all these kind of things. Now look at, say, I have a cover, 12,000 per month, which can meet my needs. I have another cover, that 5,000 per month, which can meet the insurance agent's needs. Then I have lost a job. So individuals, well, two individuals, one, get this, which is aligned with your needs. Get this, which is aligned with other people's needs. We have lost jobs. So go outside the hustle, blah, blah, all those kind of things. Who has the capability of continuing to pay? The person paying a less amount. But the person who went for full throttle because the insurance representative was doing a very good thing, will find difficulties of being able to sort these. Also look at these individuals who are earning maybe a similar salary of 80,000, net 80,000. So after the deduction, this extra deduction, how much does one end up with? And see the breathing space that that individual has to be able to adjust in life. Not much. So that is why you hear people telling you, somebody sits you down, oh, I would want to advance my career, but my pay is committed fully because of your goals, or committed fully because of somebody else's goals. So listen, I love insurance. It gives me peace of mind. It is the agent who makes a client buy a cover that is probably not aligned with their needs, that is probably even expensive for them, that probably could end up being defaulted. That is the agent that I have a problem with. So after this call, don't say, oh, Daniel, I heard you saying negative about insurance. No, I didn't say anything about negative about insurance. I was saying, personally, well, you know, you asked, how much income are you making? So that we can get you something that will max you out in terms of savings, and the agent can make a lot of money. That is not the approach. We are asking, if you were dead today, how much do you think is enough for your family per month? That is the better approach, okay? So these goals that make you spread yourself thin, were there goals that matter to you, or were there goals that matter to somebody else? Oh, tukanunue shamba sijui Katani, sijui tukafanya nini, sijui tukafanya nini. Did it matter to you, or did it matter to somebody else? You need to always ask yourself that question. Because if you pursued the goals that matter to you, so I look at my own family and then I tell myself, well, your dad is working but to keep you in school and everything. But if I'm not around, I know this might not work. So how much do you need for school fees and everything? This much. So if I got a cover for you that is able to sort that. Now, you see that goal is being inspired looking at these kids. So when I get to work, I'm able to, I don't have any issues about going for it. Conviction and dedication will only come from pursuing goals that deeply, deeply matter to you. Conviction and dedication will only, you will get dedication by pursuing those goals that matter to you. What does financial freedom look like for you? So I want to be at a place where I'm not being reckless, but if they said We are done with work. Not reporting to work tomorrow. The company has closed and everything. I have savings that can take me for 4 months or 6 months. That is peace of mind. What will financial freedom look like to you? And then you start pursuing those goals because now they matter to you. So you started off a money market fund, blah, blah, you are saving. What objective do you have here? What are you pursuing? Is it something that impresses you? That I have gone home to my own village, and yeah, so the family is there. We are staying with the old woman, and I feel to myself, maybe we should extend this and get to rest. I've been working and get to rest. So, okay, if you don't work, will we eat? So start thinking of what freedom will look like to you without necessarily the big things, something that could help you achieve that peace of mind. That if you are a freelancer like myself, you can afford to, pass 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, go less because you have not been pushed by bills. You know, the way you're going to have to kill yourself because bills are coming up. This is what savings will be doing to us, or investments will be doing to us. So when you picture that and say, this is where who I want to be, this is where I want to be, then it becomes easy that you are able to go for it. You start small, build momentum. There is some reading that I had shared there. The energy it takes you to start, stop, then start again, stop. Look at all these things that so many courses, how many courses online? 8. How many courses physical? 3. Didn't complete any. Start, stop, start, stop. Initiatives, start the gym, and all these kind of things. So if you wish to record, the session is being recorded, don't worry. So don't even forget about it. Don't worry yourself. So you look at this starting and stopping, and you imagine the person who started slow and went gradually. You learned the power of compound effects, not only in money, even in behaviors, even in our actions and everything. So you start off a small business and say, I'll be doing consultancy. Along the way, 2 clients, this is not working, let me quit it. Just when you were about to achieve results for your clients, and then these clients start recommending you, is when you have quit. So you saw that pump we use in the village. Pump water for how many seconds? It should give us water in 45 seconds. So some of us quit at 20 seconds, others quit at 25, others quit at 30 because they didn't find water. And the unfortunate thing, there are those who will quit at 45, 43. Just 2 seconds to get water, which is very unfortunate. And it happens whether in business. So you laid up very beautiful plans on how you would expand your business, give your business exposure. Once you had written that, stop, pursue something else. Well, stop, pursue something else. Start small and build momentum. Don't spread yourself thin. Just get something that you will work on today and do it to the very end. So what objective do I have? It is learning this program to the very end. I don't dream of so much. Just learning this program to the very end. What becomes of it? I don't know. I ain't even interested with, like, I can't do all that. I can't project a future. All I can do is do today's work. But when I started off saying this in the session, you want to do 1 million in sales, but whatever is to be done today, motivating your team, training your team, that is the task to be done today. Serving your clients well, so that they can refer you, asking your clients to refer you, doing client acquisition programs. Whatever you do today is those small things we're asking you do. So do small And now you build the momentum. So I have a goal of doing 1 million in saving or buying a vehicle or buying a house. No, out of 100 of us, it is probably 1 or 0 who will win a jackpot. And then around 2 who will get a rich inheritance. So it is only 3 of us who will be lucky. The rest of us, 97%, we will have to go it the long, painful way. So consistent small savings. So are you here or are you here? If you are here, then it is about increasing that income, saving more. Then in the first year, you never have to work very hard. So the first year you work hard, the second year you work hard, the third year you don't now have to work very hard because the power of compound effect comes to play. Then you're able to reap the benefits that you have done in year 1 and 2. So in year 2, you have 600,000 in savings. Not much. At the start, it won't feel like much. So you have 600,000 in savings. And at that time, you are saying, I can dedicate 200,000 and invest it in maybe in shares or something of that sort. So this now gets to accelerate you. As you continue with whatever you are doing to get at 600, then a portion of it is able to now accelerate your efforts. Starting small, building momentum. Build an emergency fund first. Pay off that expensive debt. That is a win you can go for in the 3 months. If there is anything else, if there is nothing else you do, you pay off the debt and say, thank you, Daniel. What I did in the 3 months is I paid off the debt. Or I was seeing some of you when they were telling me the responses after they had tracked the expenses and where the money goes. And I was telling myself, if we alternate, so much of the good parts and less of the vices, if we alternate, I was seeing people by the end of the 3 months, somebody could end up with adequate savings to take them for 2 months of their living expenses. Like after the program, if one of us gets laid and they have done the work, they will have savings that can take them 2 months or 3 months. So we prioritize. Now, question. There is a cost that I can take online, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000. That is the cost. Should I save? Should I take it? So take the cost, or save this money towards my retirement goals? Both of them are very good goals. So should I save the 15,000 or should I go for this? Now we could ask the question of what do you expect out of this? So yeah, in my field where I work, there are opportunities in a different department. And I only need to take a course on advanced Excel and I can be able to switch to that department and maybe I could get better opportunities of growth or even a better pay or something of that sort. So if it has a potential of making me an increase of income, then we say, go for this. It is short term. You go for it. And when you have gotten that pay rise, maybe of even 7,000 only. So after this has happened, then you'll be able to save more towards it. So look at all those beautiful goals that you have and see what you could prioritize, because once you achieve one, it could even help you to achieve the others even better. You know your goals better, so you will do that. So all these goals that we have, they are very good goals. All the goals that you told me, they are very good goals. Oh, I want to build a house, I want to do ABCD. But it makes sense that first you pursue what we can be able to achieve. But also we could even, especially after reading that report, I was telling myself, maybe this is an invitation to those people who aspire very big goals. Don't start with so much. The next 6 months, just create an emergency fund. So what is easier? An emergency fund of 250,000 or whatever amount, whatever you need, that compared with a goal of a house of 6.5 million or 7 million. You sit down somewhere and fantasize about the house, but you have the resources today to work on the emergency fund. Okay, so go for it and do the work. Prioritize, take a smaller goal and achieve it. You will burn out, you will experience burnout trying to pursue all these things. Now, when you are working on goals, and this is something probably that you will start noticing, I want you to prepare for something we call resistance. So acquiring new habits is not easy. Dropping other habits is not easy. Listen, around me, so somebody says, okay, not even somebody. Let me use myself as an example. Where I hang out, I have friends. So all of a sudden, I've decided to be disciplined that, sorry, okay, I've decided to be disciplined that I won't be doing this vice every other time. Oh, I am setting more time aside towards building or doing whatever it is that I have determined would help me get to my goals. So things will change. Life will change. If you come to this program and you do the work, what you realize is you are becoming something else than you were when you are starting the program. So if you are doing the work, like do the reflection, I have decided to do ABCD, I've decided to do ABCD. So let's take that feedback that was there. 23,000 spent in entertainment and 2,000 spent saving. So change the story, 23,000 be spent in savings, 2,000 be spent in entertainment, 23,000 spent in savings. What does this do? It loses you friends that you were with in the entertainment joints. Some of them could even be family or something, or closer people. So you have said, these 2 hours that I was spending maybe with whatever, I won't spend that. I want to spend the 2 hours to develop myself and finish this thing that I have been pursuing or something. Then these will automatically lose you friends and all the. Now you will get a new mindset around money and things. So automatically you won't relate with the world. Like there is something I was telling my students from our personal finance classes. There's no way you get a mindset, a new mindset, and then you think that you will still be at ease in the world. Something as simple as when you pay off that loan, you'll start hearing people online saying, and then I don't know how you get to come across those kind of, so you do something and then you come across a post related, when you hear somebody saying, oh, you know, you shouldn't pay off your debt up front, debt will motivate you and all those kind of things. So leading this, and when you have done something different, it will bring you conflict and resistance. And this is what we are saying, that you could prepare for it. So what has made me that when every time I bought that rope, I skipped only for 3 days, I have not been able to do it again. So today I'm telling myself, I'm getting this book and read it. Ni nini hii inafanyanga nikianza nasoma tu one chapter and then I put it aside. What are these distractions? So if you are pursuing a project, you are saying, oh, I'm a renewed person now, I want to go pursue this project. You're going to have to write down all those distractions. I don't know whether you will pray for them. You might have some little success, but you're going to have a commitment on how to deal with those distractions. And so I've told you 2 distractions. I love social media. I wouldn't say the other thing, but it is not the only thing. It is not to be overdone. It is just to be done for a small period. Acquiring new habits will be easy, and you won't forget the comfort of visiting that entertainment joint or sitting and doing Netflix. You can imagine now you're having to switch off and then sit on a desk and start doing the boring work, very, very boring work. And even saving money won't come easy. Like, you know, when you change these, there's a lot of free time, weekends, and all these kind of things. Plan ahead, decide, what will I do when I feel I can't get out of bed to go to the gym? What will I do when I feel I can't do this? I can't do this. Now, building a habit takes so the reason why we did the program 90 days is some people are able to build the habit within around 21 days, others will take longer. I beseech you to continue showing up. It will work wonders for you. Majority of the things that I do, they are habitual. Even you, most of our lives, everything is habitual. Your ritual when you wake up in the morning, it's wake up, take a phone, check if there are messages. No, get depressed. They didn't check me or check me up. Go to the bathroom. Yeah, scroll on social media. I'm getting late. I should probably be preparing some breakfast. I can always buy something on the way. Maybe you are employed, self-employed, so wake up with the same way, blush the same way, and all those kind of things. Go do your work just the same way. We are very habitual people, and it is very easy for us even to pick bad habits and then continue with them. So that bad habit of like waiting for outside affirmation. So check the message whether they checked me up or they liked my picture or something, or who checked my status or something. So I'm waiting for that outside, and if it doesn't come, then you know that kind of depression or something, because I'm waiting to be affirmed from outside. Habits, doing these over and over again. Now, if so, we are breaking one social media, scrolling the time, we reduce the time of scrolling aimlessly, and we are building others. So we say 21 to 90 days, because hopefully out of the 200, maybe 20, 30, 40, whatever, they could build the habits, like good habits. It is them. Actually, it is not me who is telling you what habits to create. I'm just helping you to reflect and see whatever it is that you can be able to do. So at no single time say Daniel was doing anything in the program. Not really. I was the same question I'm asking myself with maybe like reflection or direction questions. So now you should be scared before you get to the 21 day. So when we do the program at around, so after I close and then we land now for 21 days, I will give an option to the folks that have not been doing the work. I'll give them an option if they wish to drop off. So we'll tell them, do you wish to drop off? Yeah, okay, fine. That's okay. Because unless it has been drilled, you know, the way I come from farming background. So when we tag animals, you get a hot tag and burn it into the skin of the animal. So unless you are when you are doing away with the bad habits, it is like getting the bandage out of a wound. If you do it slow, you prolong the agony of your patient. If you do it fast, once and for all, then we are done with it. I got myself counseling psychology for to be an advisor within the program, because I was feeling that some of the things, how personally we deal with some of the things is a little bit cruel and could cause some little pain, not much. But so I'm done with this, the alcohol. I'm better off dealing with the side effects and everything. But if I say I will get out slow, it might take me longer or might not work. So some of those, when we asked, what have you been doing online? Some people opted, the best way is, because this TikTok has been taking my time, let me uninstall it. So I was saying about the habits. You show up every day and be very disciplined. Just do it for 21 days. You will have started building the habit, and then it will become habitual that you are every day checking on the group, seeing what we have posted, doing the work, So you have become somebody who's tracking, saving, and all these kind of things. So it is not difficult. It is easy. So you just plan ahead for the resistance and everything. And also, there's something we call habit replacement. You have already done it, so you never even have. This is something you do when you want to build a habit. So doing habit replacement. So we reduced usage of screens and started reading, or some other people went to the gym and all these kind of things. So that is what we are saying, habit replacement. So I'm saying I'm doing away with this, and what is it that I'll be doing when all this free time is there? So we are spending 23,000 at entertainment joint, 2,000 saving. So we have turned these around, 23,000 savings and 2,000 at the entertainment joint. Okay, fine. There's the issue of time and everything. What do you purpose to do with this time? What do you purpose with to do with the money? Because if you're hanging around, there's a way you can go back to the old behaviors. So when you are planning and you are doing the program, you could start saying, I have a free weekend. Maybe I could go to KICC. There is a trade fair and entrance is free. All entrance is 1,000 or something, like, which is manageable. So yeah, this money, some of it was being lost to things that I don't build me or something. So you start planning for the habit replacement. But we did it with the time, so got more time to read. Now, but also you could do even that maybe in your life or something. Now, as we come to the end, as we end this, if there's anything that will get you started, is mirroring success. So you visualize success. That will get you started. So, oh, this is a beautiful goal, saving 1.5 million. I'm impressed about it. Let me do it. Okay, fine. That is good. You mirror success. Looking at a future, I have achieved this. But if you will stay on your goal, there is something that you'll have to do. And that is foreshadowing failure. So I want you to imagine today, if you lost your job with the situation you told me about, I don't have any savings. So something happens, job lost, whatever, all these kind of things, without savings. Look at how bad things would get. So list it, write it down. Move the kid from school, hustle, do whatever, all those kind of things. And you're going to have to keep doing this over time. So the writer, Daniel Kahneman, so he has written some book there, Thinking Fast and Slow. He was saying that if individuals will be doing better with money, we're going to have to start, saying, this is what I'm doing today, and this is what I will neglect in future. I'm not doing this today, and I will neglect something in future. So beautifully put that for individuals to do well, whether it is with money or anything else, you need a well-calibrated future sense of future neglect. So if I don't take care of my kids, what I'm looking at, that well-calibrated sense of future neglect, what I'm looking at is my kids' growing resentment towards me, that at an old age, when I will be needing them to visit me, bring glad kids and everything, they will be like, so I'm looking at the society, men who did the same. So if I don't take care, or I'm not like whatever towards my spouse, I will, the same thing will be happening. So yeah, today we don't have a problem with you. Wait until you have gone for retirement or lost your job. And then that is where somebody starts saying, of course, you are not helping us. Of course, you are not there for us. You are not taking us out. All time you had is for your work and your friends, colleagues from work, and all these kind of things. So when I see it with other people, today I'm doing that, calibrating that sense of future neglect of what I do or I fail to do today. So foreshadowing failure. Now, as we learn this program, you don't even have to go further, like within family or everything. You can start with, like, if this kiosk, this The company is what we call kiosk. So don't worry whatever it is that I'm talking about. So if the owner closed this thing, only some, like if you are working in an NGO and then these all things happen, start asking yourself, this situation that I have here, can I even be able to adjust to start a small business or something? Or will I have to start calling friends? Just remember some other time you have called friends and they didn't pick your calls after you got into problems. So to do well with money, we need that well-calibrated sense of future neglect. And you need to visualize the goal to get started. Foreshadow failure will keep you going. Yeah, scare yourself very well, knowing this is what I'm learning away from. So I have a goal where I'm going to, so visualize the success, but I'm also learning from something, and that is what will keep you going. Yeah, so track progress. I believe you know that, and you have been doing it. Celebrate some small wins. So do lots of work right now. So do savings. So like this gentleman or lady who is doing this, we could encourage them and tell them by the end of the program, have some 60,000 saved aside, set aside. You have saved. Now we will tell them once this has been done, we will ask them to go celebrate the wins. They can probably take like 2,000 and go to Giraffe Center and have a day, quiet day, and celebrate that, celebrate win. Every time we deliver on our project. So when we did the event in January, I just go there and have some peace time. You wouldn't even know there was anything that I was celebrating when you see me there. There is nothing fancy about that. But here telling myself, well, um, go for another project, achieve it. We'll give you a day off, and you can go somewhere nice, have some peace and quiet, and all these kind of things. So now I want you to start saying, this is what goal I will achieve within the 90 days. It doesn't have to be only financial. Go for all those other goals. So I was telling the program advisor that you can't nab Kalia and think that you'll be doing better with money. You can't nab you are already addicted and think you'll be doing well with the family. Nab one feeling and the rest, you are done, kaput. Like one, oh, there's this, I don't want to face it. Then everything else could be spiraling out of control. It might not be fast. You might not see it. You might not see it immediately, but over time that could be happening. So she came up with a beautiful concept. So I was telling her whatever we are doing, and then she came up with a beautiful concept and was telling me that a disciplined person is disciplined in everything. So I can't say I'm disciplined on this area and then I choose in discipline. I'm in discipline in one area and then I'm thinking that I'm disciplined in all aspects. So if I'm in discipline and faithful in my relationships, then you can tell finances will be at risk because unfaithfulness is coming at a cost. So if I'm addicted, you can tell there's other things that are so addicted with whatever vice. So there are costs and also maybe health and everything. So when I was saying set a goal that you want to achieve in the 90 days, doesn't have necessarily to be financial. You could work on something else and then you get yourself getting better in your finances without even having to do anything. So get the goal, what you want to achieve, and then say after the 90 days, this is what I will reward myself with. This is how I will celebrate this win. If you want to do it my way, it doesn't matter how many times I will go back to the place. I can always go and relate with nature and all these kind of things. You can do it in expensive ways. So it is not, again, a chance to go and spend and everything. So that should be getting us to the end of the session. So you have listed your goals. Some of those are quick wins that you can go for. Some are financial. So what we will be learning from Monday, so tomorrow will last. But from Monday, what we'll be learning is how do I now put this goal to align it with my finances so that I can be able to achieve that. So you have listed some goals, but also how do I now align? But also that goal, we'll get to ask something about it because there are best ways that you can analyze where you are at, and then you determine there's something that you should be doing. Lastly, let me talk to the folks that have worked now. They have been employed maybe for 3 years, for 4 years, 5 years. You can choose to put things in order today. So say 5 years, I have nothing to show out of this. Put things in order today. All I ain't going anywhere. My clients, I'm taking in clients who are coming with the family, young ones. So on Friday, Friday was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I was meeting a client who came with a 11-year-old son, and I was telling myself, God, thank you for this sign that I'm here for long term. There is work you want me to do for a longer period. Anyway, on a light note, so I will be here again to tell you at 40 when you have worked for 15 years, 20 years, and I will be asking the same thing whether there is anything to show out of it. I think that is a very ideal. So for those people who we are saying, let me show foreshadow failure, but we could also ask the question of the 5 years of working, what do I have to show out of it? Would I want this to continue? And this is something that could even get you to motivate you to even work harder. So Monday, we start the lesson, position planning, cash flow planning. It will be a continuation of whatever we have covered. So thank you so much for coming. So we'll take we'll take a few questions or even a comment. So I'm here in the chat box looking at the comments. Pulito was saying, one thing that has really helped me is asking myself whether whatever I'm purchasing is needed. Like I need to eat an apple, a flute or an iPhone apple, we can wait so that that's a want. Good. Let me see. Okay. Leo, okay. Oh, ice cream, okay. Been trying to get out of recurring debt every time my Salo comes and pay a loan and borrow again. Now, once I've said we have commenced the program. So for all the issues that we are mentioned, savings, debt, all those kind of things, we'll be addressing them. So as I said, we'll be doing these sessions by fortnight. So every 2 weeks, we have a live session. So we'll be covering several topics on helping us to sort these things. Adlu, send me a direct message. Let us see whether there's something that can be done. Especially, we'll be going for the expenses. At this point is where an individual has to go for the expenses and see if there's anything that can be done there. The business, so there was the first question there about the business. It is either it is getting better, then that's good. If the business is not getting better, well, we could make a decision about it. So I never closed a business myself. I never closed a business because it is, so just wake up today and say this is not good and close. Not really. I will ask, have I done what is required for this business? Number one. Secondly, maybe I'm not available or something. Secondly, is asking, does this business have the adequate resources to see it? Resources doesn't even have to be money. Could be systems in place. So I haven't probably put the right structures to see this thing get better. Thirdly, resources even in staff and all these kind of things. Lastly, are we even able to account for this business? So I have seen businesses, we make purchases, we sell, but we cannot be able to account for those money. then there's something very long there, because as a business owner, putting more capital into the business has a limit. So it shouldn't probably take you down or something. But we'll talk in depth about that. The negative environment is a big distraction. So negativity at the workplace. You live in a world, and there's no way we are getting you out of this world. So let's assume you are a good-mannered person, either because of faith or whatever. So we are not getting rid of the vices. They'll still be there. So you can't wish out, like you are here. And this not only relates with work, it is with everything. So you have decided to spend your money prudently. And then what happens? We are living in a world where adverts and everything should only be pushing you towards spending money anyhowly. So what do we say? Do I want out because the world is more evil or something? Also, could we saying, oh, work? Maybe it is an invitation now for, I don't want to go cure whatever problems you have, but I first want to get myself stronger to be able to accept here the situation that is here, and then develop a thick skin. Go get a book. You can buy that book in the street if you don't have much money to buy the original copy, because it has those other printed copies, those other photocopied copies are in the street. The book is Man's Search for a Meaning. Man's Search for Meaning. It has not been written for men. It has been written for the human being. Now, the writer was in the concentration camps, so he is a Jew. The camps by the Germans. Now, what I was telling you about developing a thick skin, I want you to look at a man who is able to thrive even in chaos, even in a prison, or whether a concentration camp or something, is able to thrive in that. So yeah, they suffering and everything, but thriving. So you could get that book and read. By God's grace, as the session goes, I could fetch some few lessons and share. But also there is an invitation again to be stoic. Like, I say every day now, for example, I work online. Do I choose the kind of people that I come across? Not really. I write content. Do I choose the kind of people that comment in my post? Not really. So every day I wake. So this is a lesson from Stoicism, that every day I wake, I say, I will meet ungrateful people. I will meet people who want to manipulate. I will meet clients who want to get free consultancy. I've gone to meet a client. We are very upbeat about consultancy. Then when we do the meeting, they are non-committal. And then the question is, do you become so bitter, so guarded, that you tell your client that, no, I'm not meeting you before you have paid, and all these kind of things? Somebody was, so I will meet this kind of folks, because the world is evil, they don't know better. So when you come to that realization, so for example, my spouse, there are things they'll do, and I'm like, it's okay. It is because they don't know better. What you start doing is even feeling sorry for someone who is, ukiona kiwete, huwa unamhurumia, unasema, hey, huyu ako crippled mguu, ama ako na mguu mbaya, unamhurumia. What if you meet somebody who is crippled or ni kiwete in the most important faculty? Sasa hata ndio sasa unaanza kumhurumia zaidi. So I don't know if that helps you a little bit, but I could change the mindset a little bit. two people in a prison. One person, hard environment, blah, blah, can do anything, whatever, all those kind of things. No better outcome. Another person says, oh, okay, I'm in this place. I didn't want to be here. Life got me here. I would have wanted to switch a job or something because I'm in a bad job or something. But says, well, this is what we are working with. And I'm choosing this to be a place of growth. So you hear people going to prison, learn from the library. By the time somebody is stepping out, they have a skill, they have a course, they have all these kind of things. Even at workplaces, the same thing, maybe not in a good environment and get to do all these. So thank you. Pility says take home their start. Yeah, small steps, keep the momentum, and discipline is not selective. I know I shouldn't be telling you this, but you can't be doing these things behind the scene and expect like everything else will be working on something. These will always be affecting these other things. So if there is change, it is holistic, it is in everything. If there is a question, that would be great. If there is no question, then that should be it. Okay, let's get one person who can probably give us a closing remark. So anyone who wishes to do, you can unmute yourself and give us a closing remark. Or do I pick? I could pick a gentleman because a gentleman could leave us with some blessings. Wazee watubariki. Timothy, are you there? Can you give us a closing remark? Or Richard, have a Richard Otieno. Philip Okwayo, a closing remark? Was it Kevin Wajara? Philip, go ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Daniel, for this opportunity. I'm Philip Okwanyo, and I count myself lucky to be part of your program. I've really learned a lot, and I think I'll come out a better person from the advices given me. I think they are very revolutionary, and if implemented, I'm looking forward to be the best
version of yourself.
Yes, myself. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Perfect. Asante sana. Asante sana. Thank you so much, Philip, for the parting shot. We wish you success. So go get yourself some rest. Love your loved ones better. Yeah. And I wish you the very best next week at work. Looking forward to continue with the daily sharing, and then we do another class after 2 weeks. So we will as the classes progress, we'll be handling we are preparing just the groundwork so that then we get to the real deal. So we wish you well. So have yourselves all a good night. Good night, everyone. And thank you for coming.
Good night.